This is your tarot forecast for November 2016. And thank you for bearing with me with no monthly there in October as I was working on a project here for you. And more on that at the end of this video. But listen, I have for you here in November something that looks like you're going to make some major decision on, and it pretty much starts off top of the month here, though. I see how you've been evaluating here in October, a little to and fro, whether to go for this, whatever new concept or project, but I feel that when you enter into the month, you're going to have what you need as far as that inner sense of conviction or also validation from if it is needed from an outside source. But as I see you grasping onto this concept or this idea, you are open. You are very much so, I'd like to say, future oriented right now at this time, because the concept in itself is really good. It holds a lot of potential. However, though, it looks like it's better than that because it can grow to something even more down the road as you add on to extra spin-offs or whatever the deal might be individually for you. But it is good, and I feel the sense of conviction. Since this is a group reading, mind you, I can't really get the details for you individually, of course, but it should definitely be good. Now here there is a female, and this female is showing up in the area of your income. So there is something here. This could be a supervisor, perhaps, or it could just be a friend. But she seems to be very open and very communicative about it, of something not really having come together the way she has wanted. Not saying that there has been lack of trying to get something up, but it looks like she's done 2 or 3 attempts to get something together here. And I feel this is more about her and her finances rather than it has to do with your finances, because I can see that you should be getting some news here, whether it is a return of some funds or investment payout. You're doing pretty okay here this month. And especially if you've been waiting on a settlement, then that should be awesome, because that's the end of it, that process, and it sets you free. So you're good to go, but I do see you being supportive of this woman here when she's sharing with you her attempts to get something in order for her. Now, there's 2 family members coming up here. I see them as a couple, Leo, and I feel that there is extra emphasis on them here this month. It could be you spending more time with them. It could be like a brother or sister with a sister or brother-in-law there. Absolutely. I feel it ties into family. But there's also now, in union with them, spending some time with them, you'll also hear how they have now finalized or overcome something that they together have been trying to work out or overcome, some kind of issue, not necessarily between the 2 of them necessarily, but it could be some other circumstances that you must probably already know what is, because it looks like it's been an ongoing thing here that they've worked through for a long time. So the good news is that they're finally now able to together be able to look towards new horizons, and there's a sense and a feeling of just a really nice updrift there around them. Now, for those of you Leos in your own business, all right, this is a month here where you're going to start seeing that things are going to start picking up speed. I'm sensing that there is victory here. There's also a male person somewhere that ties into this mix there, because you're going to be doing very well and there's success. So if you're collaborating with a partner, it could, of course, be a significant other. It doesn't have to be. It could be somebody else you work with very closely, one-on-one. In that case, regardless, it looks pretty awesome. Now, there's some travel coming up this month. It's only out of town. I don't really feel necessarily that it's a long-distance trip. Of course, that could be for a few of you, but I'm seeing short-distance trip. That trip will go awesome. I see sunshine from the one end of it to the other, and of course that is the internal sunshine, the joy of how this trip here is going to be affecting you and those you will be spending time with. Here also busyness, especially from mid-month onwards, the last 2 weeks of November. Boom, 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 Leo. to and fro, but you're balancing well, I think, and sense that your time management this month should be good, keeping you on top of things rather than slacking and coming behind the horizon events. So that is good. Be patient with yourself. And I see also there's 2 invites here to parties. This has nothing to do necessarily with Thanksgiving itself. It could be 2 other events here alongside with some friends or also family. And the bonds are strong. I feel that there is a lot going on here to be shared and spoken about as well as you share together. So some of you haven't seen each other for a while, apparently, because the past is coming up, but it's coming up here with a sense of wonderful memories and sharing those events, and renewing those things. But career-wise, I feel right now it is a strong, strong period. I mentioned a little earlier for those of you that might be self-employed, have your own business. Now that is looking awesome for those of you who have a career and is employed. Well, let me tell you though, there's unexpected news coming your way. And I feel that it has to do with good news, all right? So there could be a bonus. There could be something extra. I feel not necessarily a raise, but it's definitely bringing a smile to your face here. So I feel that Leo is going to put a big smile on your face because it's always nice when you can feel appreciated, validated for all the good job done, right, that you have been investing into and giving of yourself. Then also right behind it, there's back-to-back insights, news coming your way. Maybe it ties in with whatever news is breaking here on the career front. And of course, it doesn't have to do necessarily just with money. Some of you could receive that money or bonus, but it could also be news of new foundations or new routines that are going to open up or new projects. So we got to see it from various angles. So for the rest of you not getting the money here right now, I'm seeing this back-to-back information as a consequence of the initial news. And over time, well, it looks like things are really coming together because spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and practically, that's where the money can come, is something that can now start securing you, your path, and how you can expand as we're moving shortly into 2017, right? So Leo, do your research. I feel that you will. I see you kind of shedding your light upon how to get from here to there and get there in a great way. Now, there is here a communication, or perhaps more so, I'd like to say a meeting, and has to do with your home or your residence, where you live. If it's a home or an apartment, there's something here that needs to be done or repaired, and you might have a service person come in, look at it, and maybe get a bid or 2 for the job, right? And so it's just securing everything, getting a good insight to it. But you are this month here in November, I feel just very fertile in that sense. Well, of course, for some of you, that could be literal, Leo. For others, though, it could just be emotionally or also creatively. Here, as you're entering towards the end of the year, we only got one more month left before we head into 2017. Once we get to December here at the end of this reading in November, and for you, I feel that when you look back that you have accomplished several things that you set out to do in 2016. However, there seems to be one area where you're still thinking that would have liked to get a grasp on this too. So something has been a little delayed, and I don't think it has anything to do with you or your lack of attempts, because I can see here how you've really put it forward here in 2016. Then again, it could all be due to the several retrogrades that we've had that might just have slowed you down this year. And you're kind of looking at it and going, well, maybe I won't get it concluded now before the year runs out, because why? Well, there's only a few weeks left, isn't there? So don't, like I said, be hard on yourself. Don't push yourself. I know that you are working up against certain timelines and whatnot, but you know what? You don't have to catch a train. So, that being said, do what you can do here and now. We're heading upon holiday seasons. That's going to take a whole lot of your time as well. And do know that, yes, you're still very much on par with and in line with everything else that you have manifested thus far. So you are on a very good path. So listen, I will see you in December. And for those of you really wanting to learn the tarot, how it works, how it can empower your life, how you can come to do readings and get accurate readings, well, I have put together a course for you, and you will hear more about that here now. So I'll see you next month. Listen up. Hey guys, just want to welcome you to class. I have a tarot course set up for you, ready to fly here November 1st. So listen, if you are interested in really knowing what makes the tarot tick, you will get insights from 40 years of me doing the cards and teach you not just the ground level for you who might be new to the tarot, but even for those of you who have been working with the cards for some time, I can give you a whole lot of extra insights and how you can advance your readings and give really super accurate readings here. And that is tips from having worked professionally from 1990 on the phone every single day, right? So listen, if you're interested, you could just visit my website. When you come to November 1st, you will get a full view on how the course is set up. There's going to be free previews there for you to look at how that works. So I hope to see you in class. I know many, many, many of you have been asking and sending emails when I would set up a class. So here I go. Been working on it for you guys. So listen, I will see you here in December for your next reading, though.